What's up, guys? Econ John here. Welcome back to our fifth and final part of our intermediate Marxist economics series. In this video, we're going to talk about optimal planning horizons. Let's go. So one of the main points of planning is to complete investment projects in a timely manner. We want to get things scheduled and done on time. The question is simple. How long does it take to complete a project, and how would investment in a planned economy look like? Investment projects in this video are referred to as public goods or factories owned by the state or a monopolist. In this video, we are going to present a theoretical model of optimal planning and the sources of planning inefficiencies. The reason why studying planned economy is in this context important because it will help provide insight on the planned parts of economies in modern day capitalist countries. Like we're going to talk about public transit, right, or non-government organizations. Basically anything where there's a central body going and making all the governing decisions. Note also that this model was developed by me, Econ John, so use it with caution. So in order to analyze planned investment, we must invoke a few assumptions. One is that investment is related back to workers' earnings in the economy. Two is that investment projects can be homogenized based on their costs, expressed in value or in money terms. Three is that the number of investment projects are fixed. Four is that our workers are infinitely lived, or that they live forever. Or, another way that we can go and say this is that, they die at a certain point, but they're instantly replaced by, another worker, right? Which will do the same job for them, right? And our fifth assumption is that workers earn the same wage throughout their lifetime, their infinite lifetime. So consider the sum total of investment projects II in the economy to be defined as the summation of all investment projects is equal to, the sum total of their values. And, value could be broken down into these three parts, right? CV and SV, right? Since everything is in money terms, we can define these variables in terms of aggregates, right? Where we have psi, I think that's what the Greek letter is equal to C plus V plus SV. The way investment projects are paid for is from the taxes of our consumers on their income. Since the workers are paid in terms of their value, the tax revenues are defined as lambda is equal to gamma, which is our tax rate times this aggregate value term, which is the total income of all workers. The infinite lifetime wages for our consumers is simply multiplied by T for his life. So the lifetime wages are capital lambda is equal to our tax rate times this value term times T, right? So this gives, your cash flow throughout your entire lifetime. So in terms of solving the model, recall the fact that investment projects are paid for by our workers' income. And since our flow of income is feasible for our project, we can simply say that we solve where gamma is equal to I. Or in a little bit more of a disaggregated sense, that we have our tax rate times our value term times this time variable T is equal to this value decomposition of all investment projects, right? So if we were to solve this for T, we obtain an equation that tells us how long it would take for a project to be completed. This is our optimal timeline equation for investment projects. It tells us our timeline for investment projects and the factors that influence it. So I made a little table over here. So gamma, that's our tax rate. And if we increase that tax rate, we're going to need less time to go and complete this project. If we're going to, have this, organic, composition of capital, right? This CV ratio, right? It means that if we have more raw materials to workers, we need more time on that project. And if we have more exploitation, right, more time is needed. This result makes one key statement, which industries that have high rates of exploitation will tend to have a long time to complete their investment projects. So though this model is far from being rigorous and empirically valid, it tells a story. One, it explains how exploitation in the third world occurs, and two, it explains why there is little development in the third world in spite of provision of raw materials and machinery by other capitalist nations. It provides an economic hypothesis as well for reasons as to why investment in the third world is not enough to promote development, and how workers get squeezed by the government and capitalists, by the government in the form of taxation, and by capitalists in terms of surplus value, and how really the thing that's slowing down progress, right, it would be this rate of surplus value, right? Because the government is just trying to go and reach that investment goal. So this is the fifth part in our intermediate Marxist economics series. Let me know what you thought. Like it, dislike it. Peace out.